Three truths the fertility industry rarely speaks to, especially for women over 40, are that your body is not your enemy. Your timeline is not determined by your birth date. And your womb opens in response to love, not force or pressure. But you already know this, don't you? That there's more to conception than what's measurable. That your body carries wisdom beyond the charts and calendars. That your baby will arrive through alignment, not urgency. I've worked with women who were told they were too late, low reserve, out of time. And I've watched them bring life through their bodies, not by doing more, but by doing what's right for them. Today, I want to share one simple shift you can make right now, one that opens the door to a new way of relating to your body, your timing, and your power. Because this journey doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for presence. And that's where we begin. What if what you've been told about your body after 40 was never meant for a woman like you? What if the real block on your path isn't age or egg count, but the belief that your body is something to manage, control, or override? Because here's what I want you to feel, not just understand. When you treat your body like she has failed you, a disconnection is created. And in that disconnect, something sacred gets lost. This isn't a mindset trick. This is physiology. Your nervous system, your hormones, your womb, they respond to how you relate to them. When you bring your body fear, she tightens. When you bring her urgency, she retreats. But when you bring her reverence, she softens. She opens and she listens. Your womb is not a machine. She's a vessel of creation. She is the literal, physical portal between the invisible and visible, between spirit and the physical dimension, between the infinite and matter. One moment, nothing's there, and the next, a baby is growing inside her. I've witnessed this in the women I work with time and time again. And she's listening to everything. One woman came to me after 5 failed IVF cycles. She had done everything right, the perfect labs, the clean diet, showing up for every appointment. But what was missing was her. She had been treating her body like a project, like a deadline. But underneath all the effort, she was holding grief, disappointment, disconnection. Our work wasn't about doing more. It was about returning. She began listening to her body again, nourishing instead of fixing, honoring instead of controlling, creating safety instead of urgency. And slowly, her body began to respond, not just hormonally, energetically. She started sleeping deeply, digesting fully, ovulating clearly, feeling present in her own skin. That was the beginning of her conception journey, not another treatment. A shift in relationship, a shift in energy, a shift in how she held herself through it all. Science now confirms what ancient wisdom has always known. Your biology responds to your beliefs. Your womb listens to your heart. Your body is not separate from your spirit. So what if the next step on your journey isn't another protocol, but a return to devotion? What if your body hasn't been resisting you? She's been waiting for you to stop managing her and start trusting her, to stop monitoring her and start loving her, to stop outsourcing your authority and start listening to the wisdom already within. This isn't about rejecting science. It's about bringing your whole self into the room, your body, your spirit, your knowing. Because your womb remembers how to open, and she's been waiting for you to remember too. The path forward begins with this radical truth. Your body knows how to create life. It's not your enemy. It's your most powerful ally. It's already encoded with the blueprint for the baby your heart is calling in. It's already in conversation with the soul seeking to join your family. When you approach your body from this truth, with reverence for its wisdom, with trust in its timing, with love for its miraculous design, everything shifts. Your hormones balance differently. Your cycles regulate differently. Your cells receive nutrients differently. Your womb becomes receptive in a way that no forced intervention could create. This is the foundation of conception that transcends age, diagnosis, and medical predictions. This is the missing piece that turns impossible into I'm pregnant. Your journey forward begins with a single question. Are you ready to trust your body's wisdom as much as you've trusted your doctor's prognosis? Are you ready to listen to your womb with the same attention you've given to medical protocols? Because your womb already knows the way. It's been waiting for you to remember, to return, to reclaim the truth. You were made for this. Your body knows how to create life, and it's been waiting for you to believe that truth as fiercely as you've believed everything else. This work is a reunion with the feminine, because your hormones don't operate outside your emotions. Many of us have known that since our very first period. Your womb doesn't thrive in urgency. Your cells don't respond to pressure, they respond to presence. You can engage with medicine without abandoning your innate wisdom. You can receive support while remaining sovereign. You can prepare your body without forcing it to perform. This is the invitation to approach this journey not with the energy of fixing, but of remembering. Not with the belief that your body is broken, but with the knowing that she's been waiting for you to come back into rhythm, waiting for you to soften just enough to hear her again, waiting for you to choose partnership over pressure. Because when you lead with alignment, your body responds in kind. And this is what I see time and time again. Same supplements, same protocol, entirely different energy, entirely different results. The shift isn't just physical, it's relational. And it's here that conception becomes more than a goal. It becomes a homecoming, a return to the woman who already knows how to create life, a return to the womb that was never closed, just waiting to feel safe again, and a return to your natural design, fertile, whole, and wise. The moment everything shifted for my client who I mentioned earlier wasn't when she found a new protocol or supplement. It was when she stopped treating her body like a problem to solve. She came to me after 5 IVF cycles, deeply fatigued, not just physically, but emotionally. Her trust had worn thin, not because she didn't believe in life, but because the process had worn her out. Every morning, I wake up scanning for symptoms, she would tell me. I feel like I'm either researching or bracing for disappointment. And the harder I try, the more shut down I feel. This is something I see so often, especially in women who are deeply committed to doing the work. They're trying so hard to meet the moment, but from a place of effort, control, and clinical detachment. And yet their bodies, so wise, so attuned, feel it. Because your body can sense the difference between action taken from fear and action taken from trust, between force and invitation, between pressure and presence. With my client, we didn't add more to her plan. We recentered her relationship with her body. She began waking up not to check symptoms, but to check in. She would lay her hands on her belly and whispered, I trust your timing. I trust your rhythm. I trust your wisdom. She nourished instead of restricted. She rested when her body asked her to, instead of pushing to do more. She moved with pleasure, not punishment. She remembered that her womb is not a machine, but a sacred space. Her cycle became less of a schedule and more of a teacher. She began to notice how each phase revealed a message, where she needed warmth, where she needed softness, where she needed expression. and she listened. Over time, her energy deepened, her digestion returned, her sleep softened, her cycle, once irregular, found its rhythm again. And a year after making these shifts at 42, she conceived naturally. Not because she forced it, not because she beat the odds, but because she remembered who she is. She moved from urgency to reverence, from effort to embodiment, from chasing a baby to preparing to receive one. This is the power of restoring relationship with your body. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing the right things from the right energy. And it starts with small sacred shifts, waking with presence instead of panic, nourishing because you love your body, not to fix it, letting your cycle guide you instead of working against it. This isn't about giving up. It's about coming home to yourself. And that changes everything because your womb doesn't need pressure. She needs you to be present. She's not asking to be forced open. She's waiting to be invited. And when she is, she remembers. At this point in your journey, you already believe it's possible. You trust divine timing. You've done the inner work. You've released, visualized, connected with your future child in meditation, maybe. You've aligned your mind and your spirit. But your body, she might still be waiting for you to match that knowing on a cellular level. Because your womb doesn't respond to vision boards. She responds to your presence. She opens when she feels safe, resourced, and honored. This is the next layer of alignment, not more effort, but deeper embodiment. Not just thinking differently, but living differently. Nourishing not to fix, but to thrive. Moving not to burn out, but to build life force. Resting not out of collapse, but as replenishment. And listening to your cycle as intimate communication, rather than monthly disappointment. This is the frequency of wholeness, where your physical care meets your spiritual vision, your heart's whispers and your soul's pull, where your body becomes not just the vessel, but the invitation. If you're ready to bring your body into the same frequency as your vision, to match your devotion with nourishment, your clarity with restoration, your readiness with deep cellular support, then Primed to Conceive is your next step. This is a 5-week experience designed to support women over 40 who are preparing to receive life not through pressure, but through alignment. We focus on the physical foundations that make your body feel safe enough to open. Nutritional replenishment for egg and hormone health, nervous system regulation for conception readiness, and metabolic support to rebuild vitality. This isn't a cleanse. It's not another checklist. It's a restoration of the inner conditions that allow conception to unfold naturally as the next expression of your wholeness. If your body feels like she's been waiting for this to be held, honored, and supported at this depth, then I would love to walk this part of the journey with you. Click the link below to join Primed to Conceive, because your body already knows the way. She's just waiting for you to meet her there. She's waiting for you to trust her wisdom, to honor her rhythm, and to approach her with the devotion she deserves. This journey isn't about fighting against your body or racing against time. It's about creating such profound alignment that life naturally seeks you out.